You know, you're not going to be managing your anger or your drive, let's say drive well, because the anger already has a negative connotation to it. But for instance, I just look at it like it's not necessarily bad because you, like, for instance, if you're trying to move and you get everyone angry, then people are going to just be throwing boxes, like, into the truck like it's nothing, and not, like, being too busy, you know, arguing about something kind of, or being a little irritated, and then it's just going to get done before anyone, like, and then people will be, oh yeah, we were moving stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, as opposed to just being, like, lethargic about it and, like, you know, but you could look at it as drive, but yeah, okay, so that Scorpio being the other side of me, being what balances me, would make it to where, like, in astrology, Taurus and Scorpio are the partner signs. So in theory, and what I've experienced with my astral projection, the, you know, other side, or, you know, the feminine, or, you know, the female that's on the other end of my tether, as an INFJ Sagittarius rising taught me, you know, it's a way of allowing the stress or the work that I'm putting on myself to be given her, because she's supposed to be in control anyway, because Scorpio's ruled by Pluto. So, you know, and then also it's like the Scorpio risings that really create the peace. So on a lot of different ways of looking at it, that, you know, introverted intuition, again, you know, looking at it from all these different ways, like, you know, it just makes sense. So, yeah, so listen to her. Let's see. I guess fucking let's go ahead and talk about, like, yeah, from astral projecting, you know, I got the message to go to a temple, like I was lost in the dark, and I was supposed to go to a temple, and I went there, and there's some big, like, trying to be intimidating god of the temple or whatever, and then, like, or, like, lord of the temple, and then I was like, you know, Raven sent me, the Scorpio rising, and then he was like, oh, it's you, okay, and then he was just like, alright, well, here's these 2 spoons, and yeah, you go on your way, and then these 2 spoons, they're morphing, right? And, like, the top of them is like a temple. It's like morphing between a temple and a spoon, and then you got it mixing with somebody else in the MBTI community told me of, like, cooking, and, you know, me making food for my family. But then what she said was, like, she took a spoon and took, like, a frying skillet thing, and, like, cooked it, and then there's, like, a portal opened up out of the food. So it's like a futuristic thing, so you got something Aquarius going on, but it's in the imagination, so, you know, so purely, it's something, you know, Aquarian coming from the food, which would be Cancer, and then my mom's a Virgo rising, so the Cancer's in her 11th house, and Aquarius is connected to the 11th house, so the connection to how what I'm doing that's rebellious and going against things can fit in with, what would make her feel comfortable. Something meet in the middle would be cooking, or something, being inventive, like in the kitchen or something. And then from that point, Raven was pretty much saying, okay, you're pretty much done. You're just trapping yourself in a room for you to have something to do to solve, when really you just need to chill and relax. Everything's done. Like, everyone that's yelling at you, saying you have to do something, that's because they're behind. It's because, like, they're jealous and wish that they could have that. But I don't think it's fair, but she's the Scorpio rising, so apparently it is fair, because I've already put the work in with the Aries rising to get what I'm actually supposed to be doing, and just, like, getting the right people so that, like, the sociocracy can be formed. And it's just me, if you want to look at it, like, people being too third dimensional and not looking at how easily all this shit could get done if, like, just the right people were in the right spot, like, doing the right thing, in accordance with their, real, like, self, what they really should be doing instead of what they're being forced to be doing. Let's see, I've also got some, like, business astrology ideas, of, like, looking at the target demographic, and your target demographic being, like, the rising sign before yours, or even the perspective of analyzing all the things that have to do with the thing related to that sign. Say, per se, if you look at Gemini rising, then Taurus is in the 12th house, so that means that, it's, like, the best way of looking at making money actually. So you go through the Gemini rising houses of ways to look at all the things that have to do with Taurus. Yeah, from those things, and my target demographic as a Taurus rising would be Aries rising, because their house of values. Well, first off, Aries rising, every sign's in the house it originally came from, and with that, for every reason, every sign, every house of it lining up, they would value what I'm doing, because they're always on the go, acting on their impulse, and trying to work on their body and stuff. So, like, they value someone that can be patient and stick to one thing, and something that requires a lot of time that, they may not want to do. Not saying they can't do it, but people's second house seems to be something that they don't want to have to do. Like, it's something they'd rather pay someone else for. That's why they, like, value it so much, is because it's, like, hard for them to have the, like, contentment or whatever to fulfill that second house. Probably because it's the equal opposite, connected to the 8th house, which is about, how you're critiquing other people, what they have, and then trying to get what they have. Where at the second house, it's like what you're trying to get more of, because you don't have it, when, really they're the same thing, but they're opposites or whatever, like, so there's that, fucking... What else? I don't know whether I should stay where I'm at or go somewhere else. Because, like, I'm supposed to... Seems like if I help the people around me figure out what's going on with them, then it'll move ahead. It seems like anywhere I go, there'd be potentially problems. So... what's the point of going somewhere else, because it's going to be the same thing. It's still me, if you want to look at it that way. You know, so, or, you know, it's still them, but I don't know, there's more energies exaggerated in different areas, you know, so it's, some places would be activating more of those energies in you than others would be. But since every sign's connected to all the others, then it could just find a way to come in through those signs in some other more specific way. So it's still eventually going to come back to something I'm doing, and that's the thing with the yeah, that's the thing I didn't hit on yet. Okay, so the you know, caring about myself enough. I've experienced that. I wanted to let you guys know. Experienced that. Had a, you know, little bit of that thing happen yesterday finally, where normally I would have considered that's just going to make a bigger fight, but somehow the way it played out this time, and it was after listening to Raven, after she said not to worry about anything, but then my mom got mad when she came in, because, like, she saw that I wasn't doing anything, but, you know, I was listening to Raven follow what she said, and then this time when I came back, I was even, like, so do you guys realize that, like, you know, that I'm right, and I'm trying to help you guys yet? And then, like, you know, that I've been kind of avoiding doing that because that seems like it's like being arrogant or egotistical, but now I guess I see how that's sticking up for myself, what the work I have done, like what I know. So, you know, it's been kind of killing me, eating at my nerves and everything, not expressing that, having to empathize too much. Which is something that happens with, you know, being in INTP, and we have the low extroverted feeling. You know, we need to be in a state of making our own logic and systems and following that, and it drains us a lot to work with just like how other people are feeling, because, like, we need that truth around us. Like, we need that, like, not saying like extroverted feeling isn't true, but I'm saying like people can hold themselves back a lot when they don't understand on their end how what they're doing, how big of an effect they could have, met in a couple different ways there. You know, like how powerful each person is, and then how you treating that one person badly affects potentially everything else. So it's almost like it's a fair evening thing to remind that person, even if, like, but then, like, you know, I'm living in her house, but then I'm also, what I'm saying is a way to help her make more money, and also something that's going to eventually end up making me more money. So, without it feeding into other people shooting people. So, yeah, that's why I'm choosing to do things this way, is because I don't want to be like the other 400 million people in the country, all working ultimately to pay for people getting shot. So that's, you know, when you, like, if you're saying, like, I have a view of, you know, rich people being evil or whatever, money's bad, you know what, I'm gonna say, yeah, it is. I don't give a shit. Because, most of the money in the country is going to the fucking military so that we can shoot people. So yes, money is bad right now in America. So yeah, I'm trying to make a way that makes money that doesn't end up hurting people. So I guess I have to stick up for that. It's what I'm being told to do. I guess there's going to be repercussions. There's going to be the, whatever happens from it. But like, whatever. That's the truth, and I don't give a shit. So, because I mean, even if you're spending the money well, you're spending it on something that someone that's fucking rich gets the money later. Like, fucking, yeah. So, you guys get like a false sense of happiness of, ooh, yay, we got to fucking go to the park or some shit. Like, or, I don't know, that's not even expensive. See, I don't even think in terms of things that are fucking expensive. Like, fucking, I don't, okay, yay, we got to go eat out or something, like, somewhere really nice. Did you now? Another downside of rambling, I don't know the exact process that it goes through, but like, there's someone richer that Olive Garden or wherever has to fucking follow their rules, and there's something governing over them, and the money's going to go back to them, and then the